They just sit there. Quietly. Waiting for a moment you never choose. I still remember that day like it's happening behind my eyes right now. A hurricane was closing in fast. The sky had turned into something unnatural, dark, heavy, like it was pressing down on everything below it. Roads were flooding. Visibility was dropping. Even the Coast Guard was scrambling to secure their own equipment before the sea took it. Everything was already out of control. Then the call came in. Alpha 221. Respond to Pier 3 seawall. Vessel in distress. That was all we got. No details. No time to think. Just a boat. Being destroyed by the surf. When I arrived, the storm didn't feel like weather anymore, it felt like impact. Wind, rain, and salt water hit everything at once. The ocean was slamming into the seawall like it wanted to erase it. And there it was. A sailboat, 20 feet maybe, getting thrown into concrete like it didn't belong in this world. But that wasn't the strangest part. The strangest part was the people. Sailors? Dozens of them. Already on scene? Forming human chains along the seawall, gripping ropes tied to the boat. Fighting the ocean with nothing but strength and timing. I've seen a lot in service. But that sight stays with you. They weren't winning. They knew that. But they didn't stop. I jumped in without thinking. Grabbed the rope. The second I did, the force of the ocean hit me through my arms like a shockwave. Every wave turned the boat into something alive, something trying to rip itself free. We held on anyway. Rain blurred everything. Salt water burned my eyes. The ropes cut into gloves, then skin. But nobody let go. Then I saw him. On the boat. One man moving between waves across the deck. Calm in a way that didn't match the chaos around him. One hand holding what looked like a tablet. The other searching for balance as the boat lifted and dropped like it was breathing. He saw us. I raised my hand. He didn't respond right away. Another wave hit. Everything disappeared in white water. And then the situation changed. Dispatch came through, all rescue units secured. Sea state too dangerous. No backup. Just us? And the ocean getting worse. Something shifted in that moment. This wasn't about saving equipment anymore. It was about him. We adjusted our positions. Timed our grip with the waves. Waiting for one chance, just one, when physics would briefly work in our favor instead of against us. And then it happened. A wave rose higher than the wall. The boat lifted with it. For half a second. Everything aligned. The man ran. I don't even know if it was a jump or a fall. He just came toward the edge as the deck rose to our level. I reached down and caught him. The impact nearly took me over the seawall. My arms burned instantly under his weight, and the force of the ocean still pulling everything backward. The rope teams behind me were slipping too, everyone fighting the same losing battle. But we held long enough. Long enough to pull him over. Long enough for him to hit solid ground. We were all drenched, shaking, breathing like we'd just come back from somewhere we weren't supposed to survive. And then? It was over. Or at least the storm part was. Back at the station, everything felt unreal. Boots, squeaking on wet tile. Exhausted silence breaking into forced jokes. People trying to reset like nothing had just happened. The man we pulled out was still there, alive, loud, complaining. About damage. About loss. About insurance. About everything except what he'd just survived. And then the door opened again. A woman walked in. Fast. Direct. She didn't hesitate when she saw him. She grabbed his arm and the tone of the room changed immediately. Words were exchanged quickly, sharp, controlled, final. And then she said it. He was on the run. Serious criminal charges. The kind you don't ignore. Just like that. The air changed. Nobody spoke. Not right away. Because none of us had answers for what that meant in the moment. We didn't rescue a hero. We didn't stop a villain either. We pulled a man out of the ocean because that's what we were there to do. And the truth came later. The radio cracked again after that. Another call. Another emergency. Another moment waiting. I keyed the mic without thinking. Alpha 221. Go ahead. And just like that, we moved on. Because in the end, the sea doesn't pause for explanations. It only keeps coming.